Alright, it's finally time to combine this guy all together. He's just going to go back into his car mode, so that's going to happen off screen. I'm going to be using these two guys for legs and these two guys for arms, and obviously Motormaster is going to become our torso, so let's get started. First up for drag step here, we're basically just going to be putting him back into his vehicle mode with a couple slight differences. First main difference is you're just going to rotate his head, flop that back so it's covered up like that, and then pull out his combiner port, which is sometimes weirdly difficult. And then the second thing you're going to want to do if you're using him in leg mode is bend this stuff up like this. This is to make this length the same as the other leg bots. If you're using him for arm mode, you leave that down. Yep. And then you grab his foot handgun thing, and there you have him in his leg mode. Next up we have off-road, and you're going to want to start by just popping this out. You're basically again putting him back into his vehicle mode, except for this thing is going to stay in its robot mode configuration. And there you have him in his foot mode. So that's both legs. And for the two arm bots, what you're doing is essentially putting the top half back into vehicle mode, and leaving the bottom half kind of in vehicle mode, but you're connecting, or in robot mode, but you're connecting the two halves together and leaving these down and using this purple as a hand extender, so it's the same length as the other hand robots. There you have him in his arm mode. And this guy is a little bit different, maybe kind of, if you want to be. He does have these two little things right here that are technically designed to have these little pegs go into so that he can, well, first off you want to flip this thing out because that's what's going to connect to the hand. So this is how it is designed to work. These are supposed to kind of sit in an angle, but I find that they don't really clip in very well and they end up moving around a lot and looking really awkward, and I don't particularly like the way that they look out at an angle like that anyway, so that's kind of personal preference. This is technically what you're supposed to do. I just put them back into their vehicle mode because you don't lose the rotation here or anything. I mean, the only bad part is that you see this chunk thing hanging there, but it doesn't bug me at all. It's covering up the hole in their arm a little bit, so meh. And then you pop this in there, like so. And there you have his other arm. To put Motormaster in his torso mode, to remove his weapons, then you are going to rotate his arms around and make sure that his shoulders are clicked all the way in. Gonna flip and rotate his head back around too, so it's hidden. And this peg is going to peg in to the hole right on the side, right there. Like so. Then you're going to fold both of the hands back, rotate at the wrist, and this crooked hole right there is going to match up with that. Like so. And this is the issue that some people are having, where this one is too far in and the next one is too far out. So we're going to try our luck with this one. And then open this up, and then the entire combiner head will raise up on this. And then you want to reposition the horns so that they're properly oriented. And here is where Blackjack in car mode is supposed to attach using the two things right there and the two pegs. And it works sometimes. Oh, now it's going to work. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. The pegs and holes are not the right size. I've tried buffing them up with some different stuff a couple different times. It doesn't work super well. It is staying right now, so I guess my latest round of clear nail polish did the trick, but this used to pretty much fall off if I looked at it wrong, so I'm hoping that later versions of this mold fix this issue, because I like the fact that this kind of integrates into the thing and takes up the space that the old car used to be, so that's cool. But you can, if you wish, just keep this closed and have it looking like that. So it's totally a personal preference kind of thing. This is technically the official transformation though. So after that, you're going to connect the legs up. And here you see the issue that people are having, where if you try to go out to this ratchet, it's way too far. And if you try to go into the next ratchet, it doesn't stand very well. So what I have been doing is just unpegging these things so you have free movement here, and using that, and then just kind of using them as covers. And they're only like fake connected, so it's unfortunate that you have to do that, but it's really not that big of a deal. And pardon my wall, but this guy does not fit in my review space. And you're going to connect his other two arms, which is sometimes easier said than done. And there you have Menasor in his combined mode. I'm sorry, my light is being super glary for some reason. Not sure why that is. And you can take the weapons that came with Motomaster and combine them, and he can use that as a weapon. Here he is next to Combiner Superion. So they're pretty well matched. Here he is with Make Toys Quantron. There, Computron. And here he is next to the Fans Project version. So you can see they are pretty much the same height. Obviously there's a pretty big difference in the way that they actually look due to just stylistic differences. And this guy does not have the iconic shoulder things going on. However, there's one thing. You can, on this guy, if you wish, fold the hands kind of back down and then flip these wind vane things up to cover them, which kind of makes it look a little bit better. I mean, it still looks like he's got weird flaps on his shoulder, but at least they're not obvious hand syndrome hands on his shoulders, so that's nice. But, yep. I like them both. This is definitely a toy. This thing is awesome. I love this. I love this. So, yeah. So the articulation for this guy is decent-ish, but there are some issues. So the first of which is that you do have rotation here, but unless you have his arms straight up and down, you get a lot of issues with diagonal panels smashing into other panels, so you kind of can only rotate cleanly if you're at like a 90-degree thing. If you try to rotate at this angle, you're doing a lot of scraping. The second issue, which is definitely more of an issue, is that the way this back part disconnects means that it's really easy when you're trying to pose the arms to disconnect the actual Motormaster arm from the back thing, and then that's kind of annoying. So obviously the other issue is the leg problem that was solved in newer versions of the mold. So that's a problem now, not a problem now, but a problem for this version of the mold, but not for new ones. So I think they're doing a reissue of the Motormaster version, so hopefully that will have fixed waist ratchet or whatever. I don't know, if not you might have to buy the Takar version. Oh well. It does have rotation here from both of the robots. This guy actually has some additional swiveling. You have ratchets and stuff, and then you also have this if you unclip that, so it depends how much you want to have there. He does have knees, although they're very low, so I mean he definitely can do some posing, but he's a little awkward looking, to be honest. He always kind of looks like his legs are breaking, which is a bit unfortunate, I think. I'm more irritated by this arm thing, though. I really wish that there was a way to secure that in more. And then his head is on kind of a, like, swivel ball joint thing. It's on a pin, but it's also got a ball joint in there, so unfortunately, though, it does have a gap, which is kind of visible and not fun, so. He's good. I definitely like Superion more, but he's good. I'm looking forward to getting the Optimus Maximus, whatever, Optimus Supreme, Supreme Prime, whatever the hell, the white version of the Super Prime thing that's coming out with all the Autobots. I'm looking forward to getting that mold and seeing how it works with the proper situation going up here, so. But this guy's good. I don't mean to belittle him. He's just a little bit shaky. They probably should have worked on him a little bit longer before popping him out, but that's true of most people, so I can't really hold it against him. Yeah, he's definitely good. Like I said, I like Superion more, but he's a solid figure. And I do recommend him, but you might want to wait until the G2 version and hope that they fix some of this stuff up. Alrighty, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later with a lot of different stuff. I don't even know what I'm doing next. I have so much backlog stuff, so bear with me. I have a lot of stuff to get through, and I hope you will watch it. Please like and subscribe. See you next time.